All of you, please close your eyes, clasp your fingers,
Yeah.
fold your legs.
Namaskaram, Masters. Before we start our session, first let's do meditation for 20 minutes. Then later we'll continue our session. So I request everybody to take your comfortable position. Sit up straight, cross your legs or fold your legs, clasp your fingers, and now slowly, gently close your eyes. Take 5 times deep inhale and exhale. Slowly as you exhale, relax your body. And just play smooth and soft music along with music. Just be with your breath. Feel this breath.
Everyone, just be with your normal breath. Just take normal, calm, and peaceful breath. Last 5 minutes, just 5 minutes more. Last 2 minutes, just be with your natural, normal breath.
Last 1 minute. Whenever you are ready, just come back to your normal state. Slowly take out your hands and place it over your beautiful eyes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Now slowly take out your hands and place it over your beautiful eyes. Sorry, see your palm with cute smile on your face. Thank you so much, Master. Clap your hands for this wonderful meditation. So, friends, once again, I welcome you all to today's session. Today, our speaker is Akshat Singh from Chhattisgarh. He started his spiritual journey at very young age, and today we are going to know about four agreements to him. So, I heartily welcome, sir. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you, ma'am. My voice is audible.
Yes, sir. It is audible.
Okay. Okay. So let's start. So hello everyone. Myself Akshat Singh, and I am currently 17 years old, and I have been doing meditation for the last 4 years. The reason of coming in meditation was my father's death. Actually, in 2018, my father expired due to an accident, and from 2018 to 2020, COVID time, 2020, it was a time of depression for me and my mother. So when in 2020 I came in meditation, after a few months, the first book which I choose to read is this Four Agreements only. And this book really transformed my life very much. And this is only the reason why I have chosen this topic to tell today. The Four Agreements is a book written by Don Miguel Lewis, which is a very fantastic book with a very precious knowledge in a very compressed form. It's actually 100 or 150 pages book, but the knowledge is very fantastic and a transformational knowledge. Uh, like I have experienced this transformation, I want you all to experience the transformation which I felt. There are many things in this book, many other knowledges of Mexico, scientists, and many more. But the main four agreements, the main knowledge of this book is the four agreements. So today I am gonna tell you about that four agreements. I think some of you have already read it previously, but today I am gonna make you understand in a very basic way, in a very day-to-day life, so that you understand that where we should apply this four agreements and how we should understand that we are able to pass the agreements. So without wasting any time, let's start. So the first agreement is be impeccable with your word. In basic language, we can say that be careful with your word. See, the writer Don Miguel Lewis has clearly states that this is the most important agreement among the four. I will tell you later on why this is the most important. The writer has said that we human beings have a very beautiful power and a very powerful tool, which is our words. The writer Don Miguel Lewis has described these words as a sword with two edges. A sword with two edges. The upper edge is of the negative part of the word, and the lower edge is of the positive part of the word. The negative part of the words can be used to create a living hell in this earth, and the positive part, which is in the downside, can be used to create a living heaven. The reason why the negative part is upward is because nowadays we use our words just to curse the person in front of us, just to curse, just to blame, just to make the person in front of us feel ashamed, just to insult him. That's why many of us have feel that the life which we are living, the way of the life which we are living, is not the is not the correct way. That's why we have to change the way of living and to change the use of our words. That's why this first agreement is the most important because this agreement can change a life of a person or can make millions of people die because of this only. I can give you the best example of negative part and positive also I'll give, but the best example of the positive of negative use of words is of a man who few years ago who used to live in Germany, whose name was Adolf Hitler. We all know who he was. He was the ruler of Germany during the World War II, and because of his many people died, millions of people died in the war and in his own country also. But do we know what was the main reason of that World War II? Not that which we were told in the history books that Hitler used force. Not that. The main reason was that the Hitler used his words so negatively that made that the words which he throws to the other countries made him attack on his Germany. He used his words to manipulate his own country peoples. He used his words to make the soldiers sacrifice their life for him only. He used his words so negatively that millions of people just die because of his words only. This is the best example of negative use because we all know what were the consequences of World War II. We all know what were the countings of that World War II, the people who died. It was just because of Hitler's negative use of words. Hitler didn't took the gun and ammunition and went into the war. He just uses his words only. He uses his words in so bad manner that the other countries were forced to kill him. The other countries attacked on him, and the people of his country were protecting him only. He just uses his words so nicely in his way that made millions of people die for him only. And if we look at the positive side, like every coin has two sides, like this also the words also have two sides. There are many life coaches, life motivators, like this session of PMC, and many other people, like many scientists who used to give positive speeches or used to give inspiring speeches. When we listen to their speeches, we used to inspire them a lot. We used to apply the things which they told us. We used to inspire the life they lived. Why? Because they have used the words so nicely in such a positive way that made us attract the whole speech. That made us that made us so easily to understand the words which they want to tell us. The see like I have said that there are two ways to use the word positive and negative. So it's up to you, because like I have said already that we use our words only to curse, just to insult, and just to blame the person or anyone in our life. But just to think that what is the main reason why we are not happy? Just the main reason why we are not thinking positively is that because the words which we are using is creating a living hell only. And what can we do better in a hell? The hell is a place where no one can live properly. Everyone will sacrifice, everyone will suffer only. That's why the writer has, Don Miguel Lewis, has said that the be careful with your words, be impeccable with your words. It is the most important agreement of the four. And if you look at the meaning of impeccable word, impeccable means without sin. Sin is not here like we have did something wrong or something else. Sin is actually in this it is saying that the words which you are saying should not make you feel guilty after saying that why I have said that word to that person. Whatever you speak should not make you feel guilty afterwards. Like sometimes in anger or sometimes in fear, we used to curse or we used to say many things to the person in front of us. But after some time, when we calm down and realize that it was not right, we used to apologize from the person. But the words which we throw are in the person's heart. We can't remove that. So that's why we used to be careful with the words. That's why be impeccable with your words is the first agreement. Be impeccable means without sin, without any guilt. Use that words that don't make you feel guilty. That's the first agreement. So now let's go to the second agreement. Second agreement is don't take anything personally. This agreement, it doesn't hurt to be so simple, but it can be very simple. We have only just made it very complicated. So let's start with the basic. Like the agreement only says, we should not take anything personally. Let's just visualize a scenario. Like we are in a party, we are in a function of our family function, and someone is trying to insult us directly or indirectly. There are many people in this world. We don't know what the person in front of us thinking about us. So when the person is trying to insult us directly or indirectly, what the first thing we it what the first thing comes in our mind is that why the person is having this kind of image in his mind about me. Whenever we listen something bad about us, something insulting against us, we always try to clarify, we always try to clear the thoughts, the darkness of the person in front of us. But we never think of a small thought that the person who is saying or trying to insult us has their own opinion. They have their own programming in their mind. The human mind creates so much chaos in the life that many a times we people are only stuck in the mind thoughts only. So the person in front of us just thinking again, just thinking bad thing of me. So that's not my problem. The writer has very clearly written a very nice line in this book. Whatever you feel, whatever you think, that's not my problem. It's your problem. It's the way how you see the world. It's not the way how I am showing the world. Matlab, means that the writer wants to just say to that whenever a person tries to make you feel insult, or whenever he tries to make you demotivate, just don't take it personally. Just try to be stay calm as possible, because if whenever you react, if you take that words personally, the first thing you will try to just just to make give the clarity of the thoughts the person in front of you. And if the person in front of you is not cooperating with you, then it may lead to any some conflicts also, some small fights or conflicts. And if that fight in which you were involved, you use some bad words or try to curse the person in front of you, here you break two agreements. The writer which is trying to make a deal with yourself to accomplish the four agreements. If you involve any fight, if you involve in any other fight, the first thing you will do is to curse the person in front of you, to make the person feel that you have done something wrong, and that you do by using your words only. So here you have break two agreements. The first agreement is that you don't you you were not impeccable with your words, and the person who was saying something against you, you have taken everything so personally that you were here to fight with that person. So that shows the level that how much ego or how much things you are having in your mind, in yourself, that you can't even take the person, yeah, that you can't even handle a situation without using bad words. So that's why the writer has said that don't take anything personally, because the person, when someone is trying to insult you or saying bad thing against you, you are just taking the poison which the person in front of you is saying to you. You don't need to take the poison which the person is saying giving to you. You just simply ignore them. Just simply stay calm. You don't need to react, don't need to fight, don't need to clarify their thoughts. See, in this world there are many people, and many people have many minds. You are not here to just to make them clarify or just to clear their thoughts. You are here to live the life fully. You are here to live your life happily. That's why the writer has said to just don't take anything personally. So now just we move to the third agreement. Don't make assumption. So this agreement is a little bit tricky, but I'll try to make you understand. So assumptions are directly related to expectations. One is of expectations and other side assumptions. Here there are two types of assumptions. First, the assumption is of expectations. Second, assumptions is of a belief system that we build by our own only. So let me give you an example of my life only. When I was 2 or 3 years old, I went to a relative house, and there they had a very used dog. The dog when saw me run towards me just to play with me. But when I saw that big dog, the dog was very large and I was very small at that age. So when I saw that dog coming towards me, I just got scared very badly. I was very, I was so scared that I just made an assumption by my own only, that whenever a dog will come towards me, the dog will bite me. And when the dog will bite me, I'll go through a process and treatments, very painful treatments, which I didn't want. That's why I made an assumption that I should be away from dogs, whether it's a small dog or it's a street dog or it's pet dog also. So that assumption which I made in my childhood at the age of 2 or 3 was still with me at the age of 16, until I came in meditation and tried to conquer that fear. When I understand that this fear of assumption which I had made in my childhood is now troubling me, is now not allowing me to live my life fully. Because with any fear, I can't live the life which I want to live. I just need to clear this fear. So the thing which I do is, first I sat in meditation, like we all did the Anapanasati meditation. First I sat in meditation and try to understand why this fear came to me, and since how long I have been suffering from this fever or that fear. So when I understood and when I found the root of this fear, I just tried an experiment. I tried an experiment that I just went to a dog, pet dog. I just went to a friend's house, and there he was also having a dog. So I just went to the dog. The dog was very playful. I also hugged the dog. I also played with the dog and tried to see that how much the fear is I am having in my mind, how much fear is there inside me. Since I was having it from the very beginning of my life, from the very childhood. It was very strong inside me. My heartbeat was very fast. My whole body temperature has risen. Many things I was happening because just of that fear only. But I had made an experiment. I had tried to do an experiment that I will conquer this fear of dogs with now only. So eventually, when I came to understand that every dog is not very harmful, dogs are very playful animals. I just try to comfort me in that situation. I just try to take the fear away from my mind. The only thing which I did is sat in meditation. Then I went to check how much fear is that in my, how much fear is left inside me. Like I have said that previously, the human mind creates a lot of chaos. That fear is also a byproduct of our mind only. The mind wants us to engage in the negative parts of our life. So fear is also a part which mind tries to make us engage with it. So when meditation, the first thing which I have observed is that my mind became very silent. The mind which used to distract me a lot, the mind which made me go in depression after my father's death, was very silent. The first thing I experienced this only, and you all will experience this. This is a very common experience. The mind will definitely go into a peaceful state. The only thing you have to do is meditation. So this was the first kind of assumption. It is like a kind of a belief system or a kind of a thinking process which I had made in my childhood by my own only. The scenario or the events which were there at that time made me make that assumption with myself only, that the dogs are very harmful, dogs will bite me, and then I will go under a painful treatment. How I changed this assumption? I just try to understand the fact that dogs are not harmful. They are very playful animals. We can be safe with them. They will not harm me. The only thing which I did is to conquer my fear. This was the first kind of assumption which is there. And their second kind of assumption, like first is of a belief system, second is of a assumption which is made by us only with the present scenario, the like we are in a classroom. Sometimes this assumption is made between our teachers and students, between friends, and between our parents also, which is not very good. We should not try to make assumptions. Like we are talking in a class, and teacher is trying to explain us a topic. We have a doubt in our mind, but we didn't have the courage to ask to the teacher. We have only a thought inside our mind that if I ask a teacher this doubt, and if this doubt is not a if this doubt is a very silly doubt, or if this doubt teacher doesn't understand, then what the other will feel about me, what the other will think about me. This the thought, the what others will think about me, make the second kind of assumption inside us only. Here also our mind plays a very nice role. Our minds only forces us to think such things, that what others will think about us, what others will say about us. It is not the way to live the life. Like we want to see what we only see what we want to see, and we only hear what we want to hear. This is not the way we have to live the life. We have to accept each and every part of the life. The best thing to avoid making assumptions is to just ask questions. Don't let any of the doubt come up with you. If you have any doubt related to any person or any topic in class or in any life situation, just try to clear the doubt immediately, instantly. The doubt, if that doubt is cleared, then the assumption which was about to be made will not be made. Because if you came back with a doubt in your mind, the mind will mix the thoughts and the doubt and that doubt, and will make an assumption. This will not allow you to overcome this agreement, not will allow you to pass this agreement. Don't make assumptions. Now, the writer has very clearly linked these three assumptions. I'm going to tell you that. Like just I have said before, that if someone is trying to make insult you, or trying to blame you, or trying to demotivate you, you try to make their thoughts clear. You try to fight them with them. Try a conflict is there. Then you use bad words. Then you use curse. Then you used to curse the person in front of you. And then when the everything is over, you just came back with a anger mode, with very much angry, with a very much anger thoughts in yourself. and you will just immediately you will made an agreement with yourself that the person whom I had a conflict today, whom I had with a fight today, is a very bad person. You don't know what was the opinion inside his mind. You don't know what was the situation at that time. Immediately you will judge that the person, you will judge the person that the person is not a very good person. The person only has the motive to demotivate. You just try to make the things clear at first yourself, first in with yourself. You just try that I will not make assumption, just make this agreement. And if anything happen this with yourself, with you in this in future, just don't react immediately. Just stay calm. Just be as calm as possible. And after some time, try to just go and clear that assumption that the person which he was trying to, that the person is not that very bad. Just to clear your assumptions, you have to ask the questions to the person with whom you have the assumption, you have made the assumption. This third agreement is this the third agreement which the writer has stated. Engage automatically. We automatically made assumptions with our mind. Our mind has this work only, just to create thoughts, just to make us distracted, and then create assumptions. We don't even know at what time we have made assumptions, but after some time we will understand that some assumptions were made because of that scenario. And this time, now I will tell how the meditation will help you in conquering these three agreements. Like we all first do the meditation, we have did the meditation before. And like I have said before, that the first thing which I experience and we all will experience is that the mind becomes silent. So when our mind became silent, we used to speak less because we have less thoughts, we have less assumptions which we have made. When the mind is silent, less thoughts are produced. And when less thoughts are produced, less assumptions will be made with yourself. You will try to just be yourself and just to be happy within yourself. You will not try to make someone else happy. You will not try to just take opinions about yourself. You just try to be happy with yourself only. You don't use bad words, and you have that knowledge that the words which we are using is not right. That's why we will use a nice words only by meditation. Very nice thought I have read once, that the reason why we have two ears and one mouth is that we have to listen more and speak less. The person who is very knowledgeable does not react to the person who is less knowledgeable. Your knowledge always speaks. Your knowledge always speaks nice words to the person who is not that in situation, who didn't have that knowledge in their life. So the only thing which you have to do is to be careful with your words. You don't have to take the things personally. You don't have to make assumptions. These things which I am saying is looking very tough now, like how we are going to be aware that when we are making assumptions, when we are not using our words properly, when we are taking things personally. But trust me, the meditation will definitely help you all. You will get the awareness state where you will understand each and every agreement where you have to apply and where you are breaking these agreements. So the last agreement is slightly different from the rest of the three. It has a very significant value. The last agreement is always do your best. You might have already heard this before, right? You should always do your best in any work, in any space of your life. You should not take care of rewards. Rewards will come. The writer has written this only, but the writer Don Miguel Lewis has also given some points to find out that whether you are giving your best in any scenario of your life or not. The writer first clearly stated that you should always do your work for the sake of doing, not just for not just for getting rewards. Rewards will come definitely to you, or sometimes you will even get more than the rewards. But the only thing which you have to do is to always give your best. If you are doing your best in any part of your life, you will never get bored, you will never get frustrated, you will never get tired at any work. Because whenever you give your best in any part of your life, you will understand that you enjoy that in a very peaceful way. Like for example, there is a painter who loves to make paintings and drawings. Many people who are interested in paintings can understand that you even forgot to eat and sleep also. The only thing which you want is to complete the painting, is to complete in a very nice way, and just to make it as beautiful as you can. So you are giving your 100%, you are doing your best to complete that painting. You are not thinking about the reward and not thinking about the things what will happen in the future. You are just living in the present moment, and you are just doing what you want to do, which makes you happy. This is only the writer has said, that whether you do a work just for the sake of doing it, just for the sake of gaining experience, you will never get tired. You will never get bored. You will never get frustrated just because of that work only. You will see that you will have a significant growth in the work which you were doing. And if you are giving your best, you will always be happy. We have many times seen that the persons, many persons who used to say, our parents used to say this, that always do your best. Don't think of the rewards. This is only the reason, because whenever we think of the reward, or whenever we think just do a work for the reward only, we will get tired, we will get bored, and we will get frustrated. This is for sure. If you are enjoying any work, if you are doing any work for the sake of doing it, you will enjoy it. Like I have stated the four agreements before, like all the four agreements: be impeccable with your words, be careful with your words, don't take anything personally, we don't make assumptions, and always do your best. If you are trying your best to make these agreements, to apply these agreements in your life, if any time you fail to apply these agreements, if any time you fail to apply these agreements, you will not be feeling bad. Just because you know that you are doing your best to apply these agreements, you don't need to judge yourself, you don't need to punish yourself, you don't need to make yourself demotivated. Because if you know from the inner soul that you know, if I am doing the best thing I can do, you will always be happy, and you will surely accomplish all these four agreements, and will definitely apply these four agreements in your life. So at last, I just want to say this only, that the four agreements which I had speak now only, I try to do it in the very simple way I can, in just very short way, so that everyone can understand, and I hope so everyone understand it. Thank you for coming and saying, attending this session, and helping me to grow. Actually, it's my first session in English. I had already taken session, but in Hindi. I am much more comfortable in Hindi, but in the first time I have taken session in English. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Akshat, so much. And today we came to know about four agreements, and really this helps a lot. The way you said is true, and very simply and sweetly you said thank you. So, friends, if anybody has any questions, you can raise your hand and ask. Want to
Yes,
know?
Akshat, it's very, very well, very nice, very well said about four agreements, and it is. I know you before also, and it's not like you're taking first class. It is like you're taking a very experienced class only, and everything is very fine. And the thing is, you told about the word. Word is very important for everyone. We have to be very careful with the word which we are pronouncing, or which we are uh, presenting out, isn't it? So that's great, very nice, Peter. Keep it up. And really very proud that you people, being so young, you came to meditation, so that there is no fear of anything, especially for your parents. It's a very big presentation from you. At this age you came to meditation, so no worries for your parents and all that. You have a very good path, very good path you selected. So very good, Beta. Keep it up. Thank you for
Thank you, ma'am.
having you here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay. Okay then. It's already 12, so we'll wind up the session. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Thank you. Thank you
Yeah,
so
Thank
much.
you.
and
Thank you,
and
everyone.
and we want many more sessions from you like this in English. Okay, you're in. You mute yourself. You're in
You are
unmute.
in mute,
Okay, okay.
unmuted.
Okay, sorry, sorry. I'll work on it and try to improve myself, and will
Yes,
surely come.
yes. Okay, thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you. Sri Lanka, shall we wind up the session?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. So today our session is over. So see you again in next session.
Yeah.
Next session. Okay, then bye. Good night.
Okay. Good night. Bye bye. Bye. Okay.